Hello and welcome. If you are looking to make the headlines, then watch till the end of this video. This is the part 2 of my tips and tricks covering the aliens. Now, in this video, I'll be covering the outside, starting off with the Clubby. Now, these are some of the most common aliens you'll see outside. The base Clubby does 33 damage on hit against a player, and you will lose a limb. The uncommon variant will do 50 damage. Again, you'll lose a limb, and the last one will do 75 damage, and again, still losing a limb against a player. And the base Clubby and the uncommon have a speed that you can outrun very easily, and for the best ways to evade them is to honestly find a car to jump onto, finding a ladder, and really the moment you get a certain distance away from them, they lose interest very fast. Bear traps do work against them, and you can lure them into the sewer monster outside to get a good photo and to also kill them. Now, for the rare variation of it, it's got a very quick speed, so if it does find you, try to break its sight as quick as possible because that thing will catch up to you. For the next one, it is the Reaper. Now, this one is relatively new to the game. It is pretty much just a bat that swings by and it just picks you up from a ledge or a roof that, is elevated from the ground, and it will drop you off. Now, it does 50 damage in total. It does 25 right when you get grabbed and 25 the moment you get dropped. They're very easy to evade, as all you have to do is see which direction they're coming from and just moving left or right. It's very easy to deal with them. For the third spot, I put the Alien Dog because even though it does the base variant and the other rarities all do the same damage, which is 50, they all do take a limb and they're very fast, so when they see you they will take a second and then charge right at you. The biggest danger with them is that they can flip cars and other debris at the player, and depending on the distance that they stop at, they may charge again at you right away. And the other variants essentially are just a little bit faster and more accurate when going to charge at you, while the base one tends to miss a little bit more often. Now, for the last monster outside that isn't the big one, it is the Parasite. Now, the Parasite is essentially this game's tank because it has a lot of health. It picks up chunks of concrete and lobs it at you. It will insta-kill you no matter what, so it doesn't matter what gear you have on, it doesn't matter which rarity you're going up against, it always one-shots you. So keeping your distance, being mindful of where it's going to be throwing it. If you're far enough away, you can sprint jump over it. It is very hard to do and doesn't always work though. Bear traps can stun them for a second, and the manhole covers can do the same thing. It will damage the Parasite, but it has so much health that it will not be killing it. Even the military, more often than not, are not able to take it down, so just be very mindful. Now, you can bait it and get some photos that are worth a lot of points, but again, this one is going to be your biggest risk outside. The sewer monster, as I said, it's pretty much just the outside trap. You get a few different notifications that they're activated, so you'll see the manhole covers, but they're not immediately active like when you first start off in the run. Now, they will start to bang up against it, so that's your noise warning. Your visual warning, you'll see it shake and some fog come up from it when they're activated, so just don't walk over it and you'll be fine. And that does 100 damage. Now, this one isn't an alien, but I'm still throwing it in because it's very dangerous, is the airstrike in the game. There's a bit of a siren that goes off and it will one-shot if you are in the blast radius no matter what, which makes sense as this is enough to actually kill one of the bigger aliens that I'll mention later, but each airstrike drops 4 missiles and it does it twice. So you'll technically have 8 opportunities to get the explosion in a picture, and it's a good way to get the apocalyptic multiplier on, but the flying debris, the explosion radius makes it very dangerous. So if you have a zoom camera, that's the best to use for it. Now onto the bigger monsters. Now first up is the tornado. So you just pretty much have to watch for the flying debris that it throws around. It's very slow moving, so it's not going to be catching up to you unless you literally stand still for whole minutes. Then it will catch up to you. Don't get too close to it because then it will suck you in, and it's an immediate death. It's not like the Reaper where you'll just be thrown around and you may survive. No, you're instantly dead from it. Up next is the Velocer alien. Now, this one is just a little bit faster than the tornado. It does kick some cars around. That's its biggest danger as well, but if you get too close to it, it will eat you, and obviously that's a one shot, so you will die immediately. Honestly, like sports shoes or just keeping your stamina bar up, you'll get away from them pretty easily. Just be mindful not to get yourself cornered. It's really all you can do, but the bombing or the airstrikes can actually kill this thing if it's directly hitting it, and it only takes the first 4 missiles to come down and it will die, so you'll get some points for that. So if you see this thing out and about walking and you hear the sirens going off, keep that camera fixated on the alien and see if it does die, because that photo's worth a lot of points. Now for the other newer bigger alien is the Battlegon. Now this thing is definitely a menace because it's the only one that flies, so when it comes in, there is a bit of a screech it has, but it's always flying around. So if you look up, you'll see where it's at in the map. It's not just randomly dive bombing, but when it does start to dive bomb, that's your time to run. You don't want to run beforehand because then it will likely hit you with its dive bomb attack. And after dive bombing, it will chase you for a very short distance, but then it lets out another screech, which I think is its like sound attack, and it tries to push like debris and cars at you. So pretty dangerous. It's, I would say, more dangerous than the Velocio alien just because its ability to fly can catch up to people quickly, and if you're not paying attention, then yeah, you can die very easily from it. And last but not least for the aliens outside is the Slender. I put this last because I feel like this one causes the most player deaths. It launches cars and debris the furthest from all the larger aliens. Its speed is pretty decent because even though it only walks around, it has a longer stride. So if you're not paying attention, it will catch up to you. It does have a stomp attack, which again, just flings cars and everything else at you, but it can push you off of a perch. So if you are a little bit elevated, but you're too close to it, then it can stomp and it will launch you off. There is a certain height where it won't affect you, but I just recommend just staying back where you're not right next to it, just so that doesn't happen to you. And yeah, that is it for the aliens outside. Now, as I've said before, the bear traps help with everything. Manhole covers will kill off everything but the bigger monsters. Obviously, the Reaper can't run into it, but the Parasite just gets stunned. The bear trap works on the Clubby, Dog Alien, and the Parasite as well. Outside is where you can get some of the most amount of points, but it's very dangerous as the fact that you can have multiple alien dogs, clubbies, and parasites at the same time depending on the difficulty, along with the bigger alien that comes out. So definitely trying to survive the indoors, or if the difficulty just gets high enough, just waiting for the military to spawn in, wait for them to engage and get those high point photos. And that is all I have for tips. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video and found some tips to be helpful, and leave a comment if there is anything that I may have missed or any suggestions you have for future videos or whatever else. Now, when it comes to my uploading schedule for videos, it's going to be a bit wonky because of my job. I'm also trying to learn game development, so that's going to be pretty time consuming. just because of the fact that editing videos does take a good amount of time. It's not hard, it's just pretty tedious and time consuming. So, you know, the more I do this for gameplay videos or tips and tricks, the less time I have for game development, like learning and stuff. So, hopefully my subscribers do understand that. I also do in the future, as I learn this stuff, want to post it to YouTube, more so just because I feel like for learning game development, there's a bit of gatekeeping, and I don't appreciate that at all. For Blender, for instance, quite a few tutorials are very vague. They assume that you know everything, so when they give you these vague tips, they assume it's just going to improve your overall whatever. And while there's always a mountain to climb for learning a software such as Blender, such as Unreal, or really anything for that matter, when it comes to gatekeeping and people intentionally keeping info away from people, it's just not right. Like, and the way I view it is just the fact that, you know, if you're not the one to make the software, but you want to teach people, I'm not going to say you shouldn't make money or you shouldn't be compensated in some way, shape, or form, but to essentially force people and to tease them into buying these courses, like, I can't justify it. It's just my point of view on it. So hopefully one day I can get that understanding so that I can teach other people how to do the same thing, and it's just going to take a lot of time. So I will stream to kind of compensate for that, though. I'll probably stream like 3 hours every Saturday, and I'll do a small uploaded like video just to let everybody know, because I don't have community post options yet for my subscribers, because I need to hit a certain number, and I believe there's 2 other qualifications. I forget them, but anywho, that's all I have for the video. Hope you all take care and see you next time. Peace.